when his own MPs in the Liberal Party are trying to fire him in an election year. He is a panicked, incompetent, failed Prime Minister who is not worth the cost, the chaos, and the corruption.
Justin Trudeau just made a major announcement on immigration numbers in Canada. I'm going to cover the numbers. What does it all mean for you? We're going to hear from Pierre Poilievre, his response, followed by closing remarks. Let's go.
I truly believe, and people throw the word around dreams. It's all about dreams, and by the way, dreams cost nothing. They're free. The hard part is just keeping them going, and please keep them going, because we're here for one simple reason. He believed in the dream, I believe in the dream, and our dreams come true, and there's no reason every one of yours can't either.
Let's take a look at the numbers. The new plan represents a decrease of 105,000 admissions in 2025. They're going to prioritize for the people that are already here. More than 40% of the anticipated permanent residents in 2025 are for people that are already here as temporary residents. 62% of the permanent residents admissions will go towards key sectors like healthcare and trades by 2027. And 24% will be family class immigration. Get this, their new plan will only decline the population by 0.2%. Population will start growing by 0.8% in 2027. You guys are absolutely going to love this. With this year's levels plan, we listen to Canadians. We are reducing our permanent residence targets compared to last year's plans. Here we go. They will be reducing their numbers, and these are projections from 500,000 to 395,000 in 2025, and then from 500,000 to 380,000 in 2026. And they will be setting their target at 365,000 in 2027. So that everybody's aware, they're going to be transitioning the temporary residents into permanent residents instead of removing people from Canada. The refugee numbers will stay exactly the same year over year. The temporary worker numbers are going to drop over the next 2 years after rebounding in 2027. The temporary student numbers are going to remain the same. The people here under temporary foreign labor will remain the same at 82,000. The only thing changing here is the International Mobility Program. What is the International Mobility Program? It lets you hire a temporary worker without a labor market impact assessment. What? You're telling me people came here without an assessment? Here's the most important chart. This year, non-permanent and permanent residents, nearly 1 million people. This next number is incredible. There's nearly 3 million non-permanent residents in Canada. That is 7.1% of the population. The new immigration plan will see permanent residents and non-permanent residents drop by only 51,000 next year, and 65,000 in 2026. Then we're back to increasing nearly 400,000 in 2027. The massive change is the drop in non-permanent residents by 1 million over the course of 3 years. But the million non-permanent residents are just going to be converted into permanent residents. Now, the impact, my interpretation of the data. There was recent reform in the temporary foreign labor program. The government announced they would suspend all processing of the temporary foreign labor in any metropolitan area over 6% unemployment. We have the latest unemployment numbers in September for all provinces. Take a look. There's only 3 provinces under 6% right now, plus Yukon and Northwest Territories. This means temporary foreign labor is ultimately going to be a lot lower than what they're presenting based on this statistic. That is, if they follow their own guideline. Now let's watch Pierre Poilievre absolutely destroy Trudeau in this press conference released just minutes after Trudeau announces new immigration plan. Pierre also tables a plan to get Canada back on track. Let's go. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, you need to pay close attention to what Pierre Poilievre says at the very beginning of this press conference. And the reporter question is, how can you approve this new immigration plan? Don't you need to get it approved in Parliament?
Yes, they do need to put these changes through Parliament. Trudeau has paralyzed Parliament by refusing the Speaker's order to hand over criminal evidence in the RCMP's investigation into the $400 million green slush fund scandal. As for the people who've come here as international students that Trudeau let in record-smashing numbers without housing, jobs, admissions letters to real educational institutions, or money to pay their bills, I don't know what's going to happen to them. He claims he's going to be kicking some of them out. He'll never do that. And he can't even control our borders. We can't expect that Justin Trudeau will keep any of these frantic, panicked, last-minute promises that he's making to reverse his earlier decisions, that he's making now when his own MPs in the Liberal Party are trying to fire him in an election year. He is a panicked, incompetent, failed Prime Minister who is not worth the cost, the chaos, and the corruption. Well, if you want to know what we're going to do, look at what was done in the 150 years before Justin Trudeau. We had the best immigration system in the world. Just 9 years ago, we had a housing surplus. We built more houses in 2015 than were necessary to house the new people coming to the country. Hard to believe. We had one home for every 1.5 new people. And that was a housing surplus. I was housing minister. Why? Because we had a controlled, common sense immigration system that had worked for a century and a half, and Justin Trudeau came along and with reckless abandon totally demolished it. We will reverse the reckless, uncontrolled approach that he has brought and bring home the common sense system that worked for a century and a half. We're going to link population growth to the number of houses, the amount of health care, and jobs that are available. So we will have a mathematical formula that ensures that we never grow our population at a faster rate than we grow the availability of jobs, homes, and health care. I have had conversations with numerous Liberal MPs. Some of them say that they're worried that the carbon tax will cost them their seats and that they want to vote against Trudeau's radical plan to quadruple the tax to 61 cents a litre. And some of them might even be willing to vote non-confidence in Justin Trudeau if that issue comes up again. Obviously, the next election is a referendum on Trudeau's 61 cents a litre carbon tax, and countless Liberal MPs have told our caucus that they're terrified they will be demolished by voters at election time if they vote to cripple our economy with that tax.
There you have it. You have Trudeau's plan or you have Poilievre's plan. Which one do you prefer? I'll let you decide in the comment section. Now my review. Before we begin, if you like this content, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future content. I want you to be ahead of the curve so you have more information than the vast majority of the population. It doesn't matter what Trudeau's plan is, the damage is already done. Also, his plan is just to convert the people that are already here with their non-permanent residents to permanent residents. It's not lowering the numbers at all. It's a way to make all the headlines. Look at how many people we're not bringing into Canada. They're already here. Second, the plan needs to be approved in the House of Commons, and it's completely shut down because the Liberals refused to provide the documents to the Green Slush Fund, which is a $400 million corruption scandal. We also have 11 MPs that are working for foreign countries. This is absolutely ridiculous. We all want the names, just release them. Until the Liberals release the documents to the Green Slush Fund, this new immigration proposal is going absolutely nowhere. Also, I want to add, Trudeau is the one that destroyed our immigration system. So for him to think that he could all of a sudden fix it is a complete pipe dream. We have over 150 years of successful immigration in Canada. It's time to get back to success. I love Pierre Poilievre's plan. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Thanks for watching.